Namaste. All right, perfect. We're going to focus on a soulful approach to our practice today. As embodied souls, we can practice yoga both physically and soulfully. The word Atman is Sanskrit for an individual's soul, their inner self, or their spirit. We are a thing of beauty, a joy forever that never passes into nothingness, as Keats would say. So, the Atman is regarded as eternal and imperishable, distinct from the physical body, mind, and consciousness. The immortal is within us, in our soulful being, and in its soulful presence. We came from the greatness of being and return to it at death because we never left, even as we are embodied. When we allow the restless mind to calm down enough to sense what we feel in each pose, we make them more soulful. Instead of overpowering your asana with brute force, listen to the whispers of the soul. Create meaning and beauty through your yoga practice with tender feeling and sensitivity. We'll begin invoking spirit with reverence to create a sacred time and space for this soulful practice. So please sit up tall and breathe, just to enhance the artistry, the feeling, and the tenderness and sensitivity of your practice. So take any extra time you need going in or out of poses to modify poses using props or your body in ways that make it more accessible to the awareness of what you're feeling. Okay. Let's practice Chin Mudra by touching the tip of the thumb to the first finger and letting the remaining three fingers open with the backs of the hands on the top of the thighs. Chin Mudra is the gesture of consciousness. So the joining of the index finger with the thumb represents the connection of individual consciousness, that's the index finger, with the universal consciousness, that's the thumb. This powerful energy circuit helps to lift dull energy, to calm the mind, and to brighten the overall mood. So, we're going to come up to standing, mountain pose. Okay. And just situate your feet about hip distance apart and parallel, with the weight even between the balls of the feet and the heels, the inner edges and the outer edges, by slightly hugging the legs to the midline, making that strength through the core of the pelvis that will press down through the soles of the feet and give you length in your spine, the crown of the head rising up. You can also raise the arms up and lengthen down through the legs as much as up through the arms. Inhale to the sky, and then exhale, float the arms back to your side, chin to the chest, and repeat at your own pace. Moving with awareness, soulfulness. Sensing the energy level in your body. Sensing the flow of air in the nostrils. And one more time, lift the arms, and interlace fingers, press the palms up, pull the navel in, press the heels down, so we don't go into a banana back. We're keeping length in the back of the body. And then bring hands behind the head, press the head back, open the elbows, arch back, and lift up the chest. Inhale to the sky. And then exhale, round forward, chin to the chest, elbows around the ears, and repeat that movement, moving just soulfully, calmly, and sensitively. And rest the arms down, clasp hands behind. Lift up the chest while you look up with the chin. And a slight back bend. Lengthen down through the heels. Press up with the chest. And release the hands. Bring them forward to the knees as you fold over the hips. Inhale, shoulders back. Chin slightly tucked, and exhale, go sliding down the shins towards the ankles. Inhale, halfway up, rising a little with the hands, bending the knees, and exhale, folding over straight legs. Twice more with the breath, rising, inhale, and folding forward, exhale. Great. Come up to stand. Raise the arms. Press palms together. Create that union between the palms like you did with Chin Mudra. And just draw that union into the heart. Body and soul. And rest the arms. We're going to start a little movement, vinyasa. Inhale, lift the arms. Little back bend. And exhale, fold forward. Bend knees, step right foot back, and lower the right knee down gently. The legs are underneath you. You're going to lift the arms and take some breaths. And on exhale, lower the hands down. Step the left foot back to plank pose. Inhale, arms straight, and exhale, bend elbows, lower the hips, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra pose. And exhale, lower the chin down. Lift up the table, curl the toes under, and press the hips back to downward dog. Enjoy 3 full breaths. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Lower the left knee down. Stabilize with muscular energy in the pelvis and legs. And then lift the arms up. Sense what you feel. And just make space for whatever that feeling is this moment. And release the hands down. Step the left foot forward as you inhale. And exhale, fold over straight legs. Inhale, lift the arms, stand all the way up. And when the palms join, bring them back to the heart. And rest the arms at your side. Reconnect with the breath. And the next inhale, sweep the arms up, arch back. And exhale, fold slowly forward. Hands down. Step the left foot back. And lower the left knee. When you're ready, lift the arms up. Stabilize with core strength. Thighs, hips, all holding you steady. So you can experience more awareness and sensitivity to the breath, to the body, what you're feeling. And lower the hands down. Step the right foot back to downward dog. Inhale to high plank. And exhale, knees down, hips, chest, and chin. Curling up on the inhale to cobra pose. And releasing down on the exhale. Push up to table pose. Curl the toes under. And press back to downward dog. 3 juicy breaths. Breath, flavor, and the next inhale, we'll step the left foot forward and lower the right knee down. Once your legs are steady, lift the arms. Part of your body. Each beautiful breath. And the eternal light of your beautiful soul. Splendid. And lower the hands down. And step right foot forward as you inhale. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, stand, Tadasana. And exhale, rest the arms down. Sense what you feel. How are you breathing? These are important questions. Be willing to live with the answers too. All right, let's do a warrior one. Right foot back, right heel down, and the right toes angling forward so the right hip can also face forward. Stabilize with muscular energy in the core of the pelvis. The hips are parallel to the front of the mat. Now lift up the arms, relax the shoulders, and just breathe. Let your soul light up the pose. That's what's giving that flavor, the taste, or the rasa, as we'd say. Lower the arms down and clasp hands behind. You're going to fold over that front knee, lifting the arms, perhaps not. So shoulders permit into a humble warrior. So that's where sometimes the strap is helpful. Give a little space between the hands so that you can keep the elbows straight as you open the back. Humble warrior. Now, without the strap, continue holding it. Straighten the front knee to pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. A little back softening the knee on the inhale, and squeezing the muscles on the exhale to lengthen that leg. Deep breaths, calm and steady. And on the inhale, step the right foot forward to the left. And exhale, fold over straight legs. Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms. Stand all the way up. Uttanasana. And exhale, lift the arms down. Step the left foot back. Warrior one now. Having a little bit of width on the left and right side of your mat gives you a lot more balance laterally. Virabhadrasana. Warrior one. Nice. Awakening breaths. Welcoming that soulful participation and awareness. Aware of that presence within. Fold forward over that front knee. And begin to straighten the front knee. You can bring the hands down to support you on the floor, on the leg, or on a set of blocks. Relaxing the knee on the inhale so you can have a better sense of what you're feeling, of how you're aligning the hips, back, shoulders. Tighten the knee as you exhale. Lift it up. Draw the navel to the spine. You have complete breaths in. Complete breaths out. Taking as long as you need to sense each part of the breath. Feel each part of your body. Being aware presence. Inhaling, step the left foot forward, and exhale, fold in Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, lift up to stand, lengthen the legs as you reach up with the arms, and then rest the arms down. Low on battery power. So let's go on to Warrior 2. Step the right foot back. Open the right toes 90 degrees. Lengthen your stance so this left knee will be above the ankle. Then open the arms, widen the shoulders, turn to gaze over that left arm. So your turn towards the side. That's away. Good. Straighten the left knee for triangle pose. Bring the left hand down to that leg, the right arm up to the sky. Inhale, look up, draw the right shoulder back. And exhale, tuck the left hip under by strengthening in the core of the pelvis, lengthening the sides of the body, and smoothing out the breath. Bend the left knee for side angle pose, bracing the left elbow on the knee for support, and extending the right arm diagonally over that right ear. Pressing down through the soles of the feet, draw the navel in, tuck that left hip under, and breathe. Beauty, sweetness. Release up to stand, straighten the legs, rest the arms, and turn the feet, pivoting. Left toes to the side, right toes to the end of the mat. Warrior 2 with the right knee bent. Arms spread wide. Breath deep and even. Straighten the right knee. Triangle, Trikonasana. The right hand descend down to the right leg. Left arm lift up to the sky. Roll that left shoulder back. Inhale, open the heart, look up. And exhale, strengthen the hips and pelvis. Good, deep breath. Bend the right knee, going to side angle pose, Parshvakonasana. The left arm diagonally over the ear. Still staying powerfully engaged through the lower abdomen, so the inner thighs support. Very nice. Come up to stand, rest the arms, pivot the right toes so they're also facing the side with the outer edges of the feet parallel to the ends of the mat. Fold forward, support under the shoulders with your hands. Inhale, soften the knees. And exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward, crown of the head pointing down, and the navel lifting up and in. Every breath is a journey with the soul. fluid breath. Good, and release. Come up as you inhale. Step feet together. And let us go down to the floor, table pose, so you can spend a moment resting on the floor. I have some technical issues to solve here. Excellent. And we're table pose. Going back to child's pose, sinking the hips back, lowering the head down. And you could support the head with hands under the forehead or block. And you can lengthen the spine by exhaling, stretching the arms forward, pushing the hips back. Just noticing what you feel in each part of your body. And lift up again, coming to a high kneeling position for camel pose. And support with hands on the buttocks or on the heels as you tilt the head back and arch back. Keep squeezing the buttocks to support the back. You may be holding down to the heels. But wherever you decide to hold, you are the embodiment of the eternal. Now reach up, lift out of the back bend, and come to a nice counter pose and downward dog. Rest the knees down and step the right foot forward to low lunge. And bring the right arm inside that knee as you widen the foot to the side so you can really deepen that hip stretch, bending the elbows. Inhale, lengthen the arms, straighten the neck and spine, and exhale, engage in the inner thighs as you stretch by bending the elbows. Work with the breath. Feel in the body. Good. Now with that arm straight, begin to walk that right foot forward. And lift up the toes for a stretch in that right hamstring, calf. Soften the knee on the inhale. Give your body whatever support it needs. And on the exhale, Lift that kneecap, pulling the thigh bone back into the hip socket. Now we can do that. All right, now extract yourself, step the right foot back, and step the left foot forward. And bring the left arm inside the knee. Inhale, the arms are straight, the back is long. And on the exhale, bend the elbows, strengthen the inner thighs. Use the breath as your barometer to hear. The breath will tell you when there's too much strain or effort in the pose. And straight arms, move that left foot forward, lift the toes, and begin to straighten the knee. Relaxing on the inhale, being sensitive and aware of what and how you're doing it. And then a little deeper stretch on the exhale. All right. And we'll step the left foot back. Take our downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Once more, pressing the hips back as you lengthen the arms forward. And then relaxing the knees and shoulders on the inhale. Stretching longer and stronger on the exhale. Now, balance on that left foot, lift the right leg in three-legged dog. And draw the right knee into the chest, pivot the left toes out, slide the right leg under and through to the left side of the mat. Then the left arm lifting up, opens the chest, and stargazer. All right, step the right foot back to downward dog. And balance on the right foot, lift the left leg in three-legged dog. Bend the left knee, tuck it into the chest, turn the right toes out to the side, and slide the left leg underneath. Open the right arm up. And when you're ready, go back to down dog. And have a seat with legs in front for staff pose. All right. Bit of a challenge there. All right, so try and press the heels down, pull them back towards you so it helps lift the lower back in and up. Inhale, raise the arms, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold forward. Using the strap around the feet is fine, or holding on to the ankles. But just keeping the shoulders relaxed, the back of the neck long, and the breath deep and even. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, tighten the tummy. Pulsing a little with the breath, up and down. Keeping the taste of this pose sweet and juicy. like a nice ripe mango. Now inhale, lift up to a straight back. And we'll just walk the heels in so the feet are flat. The hands a little behind the hips. Here, I'll turn this way. And we'll lift the sides of the hips up, their upward table. And release, lower the buttocks down. And let's balance on the sitting bones, lift the feet for Navasana, the boat pose. Try and straighten the knees, try without the hands. 5 breaths. One more. You're doing it. You did great. Lower the feet down. And we'll have the head to knee pose. Okay. So left leg extend. Bend the right knee to the side. Press the foot into the thigh. Draw the lower back in. Roll the shoulders back and down. Now, flex the shin muscle, this peroneal muscle. So we're pulling the outer edge of the left foot back, pressing the ball mound, the big toe forward. So now the sole of the foot is parallel to the front of the mat. We align over this left leg. Smile because the soulfulness is so sweet. Pulse a little up on the inhale. Free to sense, feel, and deepen on the exhale as your body allows. The bigger your breath, the more communication, awareness, and intimacy with your body. Now lift up to a straight back and switch legs, straightening the right, bending the left knee. I usually like to move the sitting bones back and wide apart. And then hug the legs to the midline, create that connection, that unity that helps lift the rib cage up out of the waist so you have more space to lift out and over this right leg. Listening, sensing, and feeling each breath and how that breath moves in your body. You breathe to every nook and cranny. Breathe as though your whole body breathes. And finishing this Janu Shirshasana, lift up to a straight back and open the legs to a wide angle. There we go. Flex the ankles, spiral the inner thighs down, draw the lower back in. Now, with muscular energy keeping you steady, Lengthen the spine as you inhale. Fold a little forward on the exhale. Keep that strength in the muscles, hugging them to the bones. Keep the beauty in your breath, the art and soulfulness in your practice. Experience the taste, the rasa of this pose. What feelings does this pose bring up? Finished, lift the back up, and lift the knees up with a little help from the hands. And set the feet wide apart on the mat. Okay, so the feet are wide, and we're twisting the knees. Tilt both knees to the left, lengthen down through that right hip, and then take a breath and switch the knees to the second side. Tilt the knees to the right. Lengthen through that left hip. Enjoy. And go back to the first side. Tilt the knees to the left. And sweep the right arm around. Face the back of the mat. Widen the hands. And then bend the elbows to lower the chest or chin or nose. Now, lifting up with an inhale, unwind from the left and switch knees to the right. Sweep the left hand around so you're facing the rear and widen the hands to be able to lower the chest or nose to the mat. Allowing space for the breath to flow beautifully. And release and lift up to the center. And we'll go onto the reclining poses, laying on the back and hugging the knees to the chest. Inhale, lengthen the arms. And exhale, tighten the tummy, squeeze the knees closer. Nice massage for the internal organs. And release feet down to the floor. Press the feet down, lift the buttocks up into bridge pose. Walk the heels closer as needed. You can boost the buttocks up with the hands, get it to where you want. Hold it with muscular energy. Maybe clasp hands under the back so you can tuck the shoulder blades together and lift up the heart a little higher. Inhale, lifting the sides of the hips up. And exhale, squeezing the thighs and buttocks to maintain that. And release the hands and lower the buttocks down. Let the knees open away from each other, so with the soles of the feet touching. If you need to, lift and lower the hips until they're comfortable, and allow the weight of gravity to open the knees apart. Or add a little bit of your own assistance with the palms on the inner thighs. Releasing any tension or pressure on the inhale, and then gently exerting a little pressure on the exhale. Now straighten the legs. And lift the right leg up to the sky. Hold the back of the right thigh. Inhale, soften the knee. Tuck the shoulder blades under the back. And on the exhale, press and straighten the knee, pressing up through the ball mound of the big toe. And over a series of breaths, you may be walking the hands higher up towards the ankle, but still keeping the head and shoulders grounded. Some yogis will even bind the big toe with the right hand, with the left hand keeping the left thigh down to the mat. Okay. Now open the right leg to the right side. And then release and rest the right leg down, flat on the mat. Lift the left leg up to the sky. Hold the back of the thigh. Soften the knee, align the back and the shoulders comfortably. And then begin to stretch in that hamstring as you straighten the knee. Play with your edge. With, sensitivity. Then open the left leg to the left side. And release that left leg down beside the right. Okay. Now walk the feet in, press the feet down to elevate the buttocks an inch off the mat, and slide the backs of your hands underneath so you can sit on the back of your hands. Then you're lifting the legs, stretching the legs towards the sky. And just sensing the energy now with the legs inverted. Letting the feet relax. Only enough effort to keep them inverted. Some friends like to elevate the hips and tilt the legs over the head into plow, so you can do that. Halasana pose. And when you're ready to rest, we'll just come into happy baby and bend the knees in towards the armpits. Hold on to the ankles or feet and play with the pose as you will. Maybe some rocking side to side, back and forth, straightening a leg. And rest and stretch out the legs. Stretch the arms up overhead and stretch through your whole body. Spreading the fingers and the toes and moving all those little muscles in the hands and feet. And stretching in the shoulders and the hips and the back, head and neck, mouth and face, tongue, eyes. Give every muscle a little final stretch before resting the arms back down by your side in Shavasana. And I'll make the lights a little dimmer. And you can add some sweaters and blankets. Once you've attired yourself, you can stretch out fully, rest and release any vestigial effort or tension. Inhaling awareness in your body of what you're feeling. Tenderness and sensitivity. Relaxing any final muscles in the mouth or jaw, relaxing in the shoulders and arms, relaxing in the chest and back, relaxing in the stomach and hips. Relaxing in the legs and feet. The floor is holding you now, so you don't have to do anything. You can just trustfully surrender and accept that support. Melting, dissolving, and letting go to that. The Upanishads are frequently used as a teaching tool, and they're structured so that there's a student asking the teacher questions. And of one teacher, the student asks, is there any way to gain immortality through wealth? And the teacher says, of immortality, however, there is no hope through wealth. And that we come from greatness, the greatness of being and return to it at death, because we've never left, even as embodied beings. This teacher also speaks about the soul, the Atman. Lo, verily, not for love of the husband is a husband dear, but for love of the soul a husband is dear. Verily, it is not for the love of the wife that the wife is dear, but for love of the soul that a wife is dear. It is not for the love of a son that a son is dear, but for love of the soul a son is dear. It is not for love of wealth that wealth is dear, but for love of the soul that wealth is dear. The commentator on this Upanishad is Douglas Brooks, and he goes on to mention that when you're a soulful seeker, then the questions matter as much as the answers. And continues, who you are depends on the questions you're willing to ask. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityur Ma Amritan Gamaya. Lead me from the unreal to the real. Lead me from the darkness to the light. Lead me from death to immortality. To be a soulful being and in the presence of the soul. Now start to deepen your breath and begin to move, awaken, and stretch once more in your body. Feel the energy bringing you back to awareness, this place and time. And whenever you're comfortable, rolling to your side or sitting up, now, getting back to consciousness. Thank you so much, everyone here and online, for your presence and for your practice and for your deep soul beauty. Namaste.